So we know a lot of people have thoughts on the Catholic Church itself, um, but
I
with this,
mean, I don't know who would be best on that one. I don't know anybody that grew up right next to probably the most popular Catholic university in all of the United States of America or the world. Let's be honest.
so
Like,
would you call this a mystery or the thriller maybe or conspiracy thriller? Like it's a PG, so there's not like shooting or something, but it's pretty captivating. This thing,
yeah, it's pretty captivating and it's pretty like it is by any well one let's get into this just like we did with Wild Robot.
like,
First,
uh
it was just beautifully shot. Let's
hmm
see if I got
yeah,
if this is the right picture. Yeah, there we go. Like every scene that they did just has this aura to it, or like
hmm
looks like look at this stuff.
yeah,
This is just
yeah.
like
It's shot beautifully. It's shot
it's
amazingly.
shot beautifully. Like every
The shot
image
is
from
framed like yeah.
it's just so beautifully well done. So I mean, the cinematography on this movie was just ridiculous. Now, this is like one of those movies where who did it? It's a mystery thriller, I guess. I'd go
I guess so.
mystery.
Yeah, yeah, and I gotta say that the acting in this is top notch. Ray Fiennes is amazing. He should get nominated for something. Like, I mean, everyone in this is amazing. I will say, but
Ray Fiennes was great. John Lithgow being just a terrible human being in this was great. Stanley
Tucci.
Tucci was great in his role.
It's crazy. How everything is in is just so likable. It's ridiculous how likable he is, and everything he's in. It's it's upsetting almost.
I hope he's just that good of a human being. Period.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
he'd be like one of the actors I'd get really upset about if
Oh
I
yeah.
ever
Something
heard
came
that he
out.
was an
Oh
a
yeah,
hole.
yeah. Yeah, you'd be like, not Stanley, but
No, not Stanley. Why did you take my Stanley away? Anyway,
so So, Neil, I want to mention something real quick. This movie has a lot of interesting things to say. And you know me, uh, my battle with faith and doubt went out a long time ago. So, but even then, it has interesting things to say about faith itself. You know, like it just, man, it was just so good. Like it just, you know,
it was
um,
okay. It wasn't just about the faith itself. It's
yeah,
about the moral of character
hmm
in a faith that like and in or out of faith where it's like what is the morality of a character and why is that not in play when being elected something like being elected the new pope. They made this whole play on morality and how that should play a major part in anything you ever vote for or
yeah,
elect for in an election. And what a perfect movie to watch for this week. Because
yeah. It was perfect. Like I didn't think about like how similar it was to our current situation. So it's yeah, the things said about faith, like you're saying, it was kind of touching, even in points like that. Like as the man, faithless man over here, the things that Lawrence was saying, and sort of that, just sort of like I understand it better, you know, like, and it was just so damn good. This movie, uh, and it was like you saying it would have been best adapted screenplay. I'm all about that with you. It's this is one of the better movies we've seen this year.
yeah, this is a really good movie. Now, I don't know if this one will make my top 10, like
Yeah.
how I think Wild Robot will, because I think Wild Robot hits a whole lot different than this movie. But this is a really good mystery thriller. It is really good of hearing the complications that were going on, what they needed to do to figure out situations in a pressed on time matter. Because, I mean, you're voting
On
constantly, and so is a whole room to see who the next pope is. And if people don't have the right information, then that information, misinformation, leads to bad choices.
I'm sort of wondering how close it is to the actual process. You know, because it's shrouded in secrecy, the sort of thing that they do. Um, and you know, the Catholic Church has all these weird sort of things going on. It's kind of spooky. the stuff they do.
Yeah,
Getting the
here goes. Here, actually, I took a couple of the facts I have actually
okay.
from this, but this
Okay.
is what I couldn't put all these words on the
Yeah.
page that we have in
Yeah.
front of
Yeah.
us. But right here it says many of the measures Cardinal Lawrence and the rest of the priests take when going through the film's conclave process are true and accurate to the Catholic faith of centuries and tradition. The Pope's ring, called the Ring of the Fishermen, is really removed and destroyed after his death. An official Vatican announcement that the throne of the Holy See, the governing body of the Catholic Church, is vacant is made. The papal apartment is closed off with a crimson ribbon and is sealed with a wax stamp. The College of the Cardinals really are sequestered in apartments called the Domo Sanctis Martis of St. Martha's House to eat and sleep between votes. And the windows and doors to the Sistine Chapel, where the actual election takes place and ballots are cast, are darkened, shuttered, and locked to maintain utmost secrecy during.
Yeah. So, well, that's interesting. I wouldn't know how
You're
to
literally locked in one part of the church
until you
of the
figure it out.
Vatican City, and they're like, "You figure this out
Yeah.
now. You
Yeah.
figure this."
I'm going to Rome in February, and I really hope that we get to visit the
Oh
Vatican
my
while we're there.
gosh! Oh, you bastard! I
I
hate
know.
you
And
so
so
much.
after seeing this, I'm like, we gotta go. But
I'm going to Vegas, and you're going to
well,
Rome.
that's still fun, dude. I mean, it's weird. I'm going to Vatican
I
City
know
with
it's
it.
only fifth row for WrestleMania. Nothing cool.
The Vegas is gonna be cool, man. It's the
Oh,
city.
Vegas will be awesome. We'll have a
Yeah.
good time, and plus, I might end up dead.
Where you
It's
got? Where you
Vegas.
guys? Where you guys staying?
An Airbnb that's amazing. I'll show it to you
Okay.
later.
All right, cool.
I'll send you the link.
But Conclave, it's a movie. When I went, there were no other people in the theater. At the theater movie to myself, so it's not. I don't know if it's just not being promoted, but it's a movie that I feel like was released for award season because I do feel like this will show up in a few categories at the end of the year, um, for acting, at least for Ray Fiennes, because he's incredible in this movie. It's captivating the whole time. Even at points a little bit progressive. You know, you think about religion being sort of a set in stone thing, but there's liberal parts of it, there's conservative parts of it, and there's streamlining parts of this. And I feel like there are parts of this that were trying to they were trying to mirror the atmosphere in politics, like you said, this election, but a bunch of
That's the
them.
thing, though. I didn't feel like it was like a political. Like that's why I liked it too. I think it kind of got my mind out of the political and showed that this could be in like a different atmosphere. That this kind of voting and it kind of it didn't make me feel political. It just made me felt more like gosh.
I mean, they were
Like
voting.
it was a group of random guys that are
Okay.
voting for something that had nothing to do with what I was going through this week. So it's like I don't know what to say there. I don't know what the best
Yeah,
way to do
it's
that.
okay. But it's a very good movie. It's captivating. I said all the actors do their job and do it well, and it's a beautifully shot movie. Uh, and it sort of it hit me in a way that I didn't expect going in. You know, uh, I went in
I know
not.
it really did too. Like I think that John Lithgow, and I'm going to say this, I think the John Lithgow villain character was
Mhm,
one of them that really draws you into the movie, where it's
mhm.
just like all of a sudden it was like, man, okay, now I'm into this. Like that
Yeah,
was, I think, the John Lithgow character and the interactions between Stanley and Ralph or
yeah,
Raph.
brief.
Rafe was like literally the moments in the movie that I was like, man, I'm now drawn into this. Like, I'm really like their conversations, their acting is what made the movie.
Yeah,
If those three actors weren't in this movie could have fallen flat so easily.
no, we have these three convincing actors that they're there, and you could have watched. I could have watched Rafe and Stanley talk all day, honestly, on this one.
Yeah.
It's just the this worked on so many levels, and I'm glad that it did. I'm glad we saw this. I know me and Neil. I know me and Neil still like the people that would go straight for Conclave, but when I saw the preview for this, I'm like, yeah, I want to see this. I'm glad we did.
I 100%. Yeah, I wanted to see this movie because I heard that it was exceptional acting and it knocked it out of the park. This is when acting is done well. I mean, the story's there too, but I mean, the acting in this movie is what literally makes this movie good. Like people are trying to compare it to Two Popes. I think this knocks.
Oh, this is way better than Two Popes. Yeah,
yeah. I was not a big fan of Two Popes, so like. This is I think this was a really good story. So Chris, let's go ahead and get this done. Let's see.
Just scoring this.
I think my score on this is like a 4.3. I wish it could be better. There's parts in it I wish was more intriguing to me and stuff like that. I'll go 4.4. But the acting does like pull you in so much that by any means, it didn't knock it out. It knocked it out of the park. It was still a really, really good movie. Just because I'm just saying that there's parts in it that kind of, I wish they could have sharpened it a little bit more. But Stanley, Rath, and John, like they knocked it out of the park. There's the whole reason this movie exists.
So, you guys know we ranked it from a scale of 0 to 5. Mine, I'm going to go a little bit higher than you, and people might sniff their nose, say Scott, but I'm a 4.5 on this one. I really like Conclave. It's something I haven't seen this year. Like I always like movies that stand out, and this one stands out big time when it comes to movies I've seen this year. And Conclave is one of them. Like you said, the acting's top notch. The framing of shots made it beautiful. It's a beautiful movie, and I do like a lot of the messages in here, even if I'm a man devoid of faith altogether. So Conclave, it's
you don't have to mention that every time, buddy.
I just make it clear I'm not Catholic. I'm like every
time.
Clear.
Anyway,
I imagine the other people that are not of faith and they would skip this movie, but you shouldn't. I think you guys should see this. And so 4.5. 4.5 from me and 4.4 from Neil. All right, Neil, I'm on RottenTomatoes.com right now. What is the audience score for Conclave?
Doing Your Mom?
That's not it.
That's Doing Your Mom. That's a song. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, audience score is going to be 68% because I think some people didn't get it.
85%.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, there's audience says on this.
I have right now. I have a lot of lack of faith in humanity, so therefore, I thought they would make me get that.
Audience says Conclave is a thought-provoking papal drama. There was an edge of seat suspense with venerable refines. All right, Neil, what is the critic score for Conclave?
I'm gonna have to go with they said 85, 88%. They're gonna have to be higher because they're critics.
Certified fresh at 92%.
92.
Yeah. Critics' consensus is carrying out papal pope with immaculate execution and career how it worked from refines. Conclave is a godsend for audiences who crave intelligent entertainment. All right, Neil, I read a bad review and a good review. This is from Richard Brody, New Yorker. He says, instead of rising the awe-inspiring heights of their settings, the refinement of performances is narrowed to monotony. Neil and I disagree heartily. And this is from Frank Wilkins at Real Reviews. He says, Berger's film is a triumph of storytelling. Must watch for political thriller enthusiasts, anyone intrigued by a delicate dance of power and fate. He gave it a perfect score, 5 out of 5. This is, you guys can watch this in theaters. I imagine it will show up at the end of the year when the Oscars are announced. So it'll show up.
I'm sure this is going to be in the next month or two. This is going to be directly on some streaming platform because they're going to want to build a lot of for the award season. Yeah. So the Conclave, guys, check this out in theaters. I know everyone's waiting until the middle of the month when Gladiator 2 and Wicked come out, but just watch. This is what you can watch for those come out. Is Conclave. So now that